Hawthorne Bank in Liberty is a proud supporter of the Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of a strong community and a strong school district. We also understand the importance of a strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses.
I'm Melissa Hubble.
I'm Mariah Imler.
I'm Terry Hayter.
I'm Lynn McClure.
I'm Nick Richmond, and Hawthorne Bank is proud to support KLPS and the Liberty Public School District.
Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello, this is Chad Fregon. I'm here with the weekly Blue Jay football press conference. We come into this week coming off a win over Olathe East. We won 21-14 in a last Friday night. A really hard-fought game, one we came back and won in the fourth quarter for the second week in a row. It's one of those things that we've been in some tough games and have fought through them and got victories. We're at 5-0 right now, so we're happy with where we're at, but know there's a lot of things we can do to play better and are going to need to play better as we finish out our season. It was fun on Friday night to play in Kansas. There was a crosstown rivalry where there was 10 games, 10 from Missouri, 10 from Kansas that played each other, and then another one that was in Southeast Kansas and Missouri that played out. So there was actually 11 this week, and it was neat that this year Missouri went 11-0 in those games. So it was a good for the Missouri football. There's great football here, as there is on both sides of the state line. But it was a neat night for the programs that we usually play against to see them playing against some other teams, and shows the quality of football we have in Kansas City as a whole. We'll go ahead and open it up for some questions.
Definitely.
Hello, Marcelo. Go ahead.
So when you have a 5-0 record right now, that seems pretty historical. Do you have any past memories that you think are historical and fun?
Well, yeah, I think when you look back at the record, we have. I've been here 22 years, and we've had some seasons that were 9-2 or 10-1 type season. Those are always fun years and ones that stick out. Usually those are to get to records like that to finish with. You have to have a special group of kids and ones that not only are talented and stuff, but really play together. So we aren't there yet. We've just won our first 5, but I like to think that this is the kind of group that could, work into one of those. They seem to get along well. When you look at our team, you really can't tell the difference. If you watched our practice, you couldn't tell who was a senior, junior, or sophomore by the way they act. And it's because they all treat each other well. Our seniors have been incredible in that respect. And I think some of it has to come with our seniors have been through some hard times the last 2 years, and 2 back-to-back seasons that were tough. And they've learned from that. They've become to appreciate every win, and they also know the importance of working together. And I think they're using that experience to help us out as they're finishing out their careers as a senior here with the Blue Jays. Go ahead.
Since you are 5-0, is that going to change your strategy for the upcoming games at all?
It really doesn't. It's with football and the way that it's done right now with Missouri, there is importance on your seeding with district. And conference wins are great. Our number one goal as a team has always been to win our conference. And right now we have 2 games left in our conference, and we know, and just because that's something that's great for our school to be able to win that, but it also sets you up for districts if you do well. And our districts are seeded by wins and losses and how much you win by and your strength of schedule. A lot of different factors go into that. So we know that we have to each week play our very best, regardless of who we're playing or what their record is or what our record is. We have to do that. So at the end of the regular season, after week 9, there's a 5-team district that we're in, and seeds 1, 2, and 3 will get a bye. And then the following week, number 1 seed will play the 4 and 5, the winner of that 4 and 5, and then number 2 and 3 play each other. And right now it's with us and Staley and Liberty North, Oak Park, and St. Joe Central are those 5 schools that are working through those 5 spots. So there is some big advantages in one having a bye and then also being the 1 seed. There's some advantages to that as well. So those are things that keep us plugging away each week and try to take things week by week.
Since your next game is on the new turf field, is there something different or exciting you think that's going to add to that for your next game?
Yeah, we've played a few games out here before in the past when it was grass, and the atmosphere has always been awesome. There's something in playing in front of our school in the middle of this area. It's so busy, and it's going to be a really neat environment on this Friday night. There's also a lot of logistics that are different, and just things that we haven't ever done before, like where does the team enter from? And this year we're putting the home fans on the far side away from where the bleachers are. We're going to have more seats available that way. And it'll eventually, hopefully, that's where our home stands will be. That's why the Blue Jays face them that way. And it'll be something neat for our kids to be able to experience that and be able to play in front of a nice crowd here at Liberty High School. And it's just we were down there for the Blue Jay Nation kickoff event, and tons of people there that night, and it was a great evening. And you can see how it's going to be really fun for a football game.
So with there being a new turf field sooner in a couple of years, there'll be a new stadium. How do you think that'll affect how the players play and just the atmosphere? Do you think it will intimidate them or push them forward?
I think it'll push them forward. And you look at, probably 99% of high school teams in America play on their own field that's in front of their school or around their school. What I'm most excited about is just, I think it'll really help with our crowds. There's a certain amount when you get out of school and be able to stay here maybe for an event or a tailgate and things and go to the game that you can't do when it's 5 miles away at William Jewell. And I think it'll help with the amount of kids that are able to go to the game, the logistics of younger students, middle school students, be able to go to the game, the rides to and from. I just think it's going to create a really good game day atmosphere and one that more people can be involved with.
Since this Friday night is senior night, what's something really special about this group of seniors this year?
Well, I touched on it earlier, and I think when you look at this group of seniors, just a really great group of high character kids that are good students that have stuck together. They're ones that I truly believe get along, care about each other, and do things. They play for each other, not just themselves. A lot of selfless leaders, and there's, without getting into each specific kid, there's a lot of the seniors on this team that weren't stars when they were freshmen. They were, maybe some of them played, in fact, I know some of them played B teams that are starter now. And they've worked their way into that spot by, buying into a 4-year football program and what it takes to do that, the training, the conditioning, the dedication that takes over time to make themselves into that, for an opportunity to compete, do that. We also have a lot of them that maybe don't start or play a whole lot, but they're definitely contributors. Whether it be on special teams or they have different roles on different aspects of the team with different packages that we use. And they take that and they know they do it selflessly and do what's best for the team. That's what really stands out to me about this group.
Do you think that since your seniors are such good leaders, it makes the team easier to bond?
Well, definitely the bonding's been better that way. And I think there's a lot of, we talk about it all the time as coaches, being a senior does not make you a leader. And we have sophomores that are leaders. We have juniors that are leaders. Your actions and what you do make you a leader, and really how you treat others, putting others before yourself, and being that humble leader that can help others get better is what really comes down to what leadership is. And we try to stress that every day within our team. We don't have a lot of me guys. We really don't. And when you look at our statistics, specifically offensively, they're quite a bit skewed toward our run game and toward our running back. And that's the way our offense is set up. And you don't see that ever being an issue with people. They know that they're playing what's best for the team.
You mentioned earlier that having a new field brings more people to the games. Do you think that makes our students more intrigued in the sports world and also just be more connected?
I think so, and I think winning helps that as well. And we've had, off to a good start has helped that. But our student section has been incredible, even in our away games. And the amount of people, I know a couple years ago we tried to do a Spirit Buster game. We didn't have enough people to sign up to actually make it work to go to for the bus. And this year we've had multiple ones go to different games. And it's just the student support here, but not just for us, but for all of our fall sports that are doing so well. I know our tennis team is undefeated and doing well. Softball and soccer doing well. Cross country is doing well. And there's just a lot of programs that are this fall are having good years. And I think that helps our whole overall school environment.
So you said that the football team impacts the school. Do you think there's a way that the football team can impact the community? I mean, with the new stadium, there would be more profits and stuff. But what else do you think you guys can give back to the community?
Well, I think when you look at one thing that's different when you look at football is the amount of people you have involved. And our teams are big. We have right around 200 kids involved, 8 through 12, and that's a lot of kids. And when you look at that from families and siblings, it does affect a good portion of our community, the people that do that. And just like all sports do, but our numbers are bigger. And I think being able to have that positive excitement does give us a sense of pride with our school and our community and what we have. From our kids, what we do with them as part of our off-season, not as much in season, but during the off-season, we required a certain amount of community service hours of our kids. And they all reach that goal, whether it be helping out with different activities that go on in our community, or they volunteering at different different activities or events that they can be out and really help give back to the community, because the community has given all of our students a great place and an environment to learn and be a high school kid.
And the last question,
Yes.
with the football team growing and getting bigger, how do you stay as a coach just making sure you have those connections and just staying as a great coach?
Well, I think part of it with me is, I'm in a good position that I teach here at the high school. I'm able to see most of the kids every day. It is hard, and I've taught at the middle school level to be able to do that and keep that connection going. You have to really become involved, but it's a fun area to be up here and being able to have that connection with kids. We hope we can continue to get our team more people out and doing that. Our freshman numbers, we have one of the largest freshman football teams in terms of numbers in the Northland. So we've checked with a lot of them, and we're excited about that. We do feel like we're going to continue to grow with these strong classes coming up. All right, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. We'll see you all next week after we get done with our Platte County game as we prepare for homecoming week when we play Park Hill South. Thank you.
Hawthorne Bank in Liberty
right.
is a proud supporter of the Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of a strong community and a strong school district. We also understand the importance of a strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses.
I'm Melissa Hubble.
I'm Mariah Imler.
I'm Terry Hayter.
I'm Lynn McClure.
I'm Nick Richmond, and Hawthorne Bank is proud to support KLPS and the Liberty Public School District.
Hawthorne Bank with you every step. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.